No tanks roll down the streets. No fighter planes roar across the skies. Yet this war kills more Americans each year than both world wars combined. It doesn't come with bombs or sirens. It comes in silence, in tiny pills. Powders slipped through the cracks. It starts deep in the jungle, far from here, and ends in small towns and city streets across America. Families are left shattered, communities are left empty, and the enemy grows richer every single day. This is not a distant fight. It is already here. A war no one sees until it's too late. The numbers alone are enough to shake a nation. In the 1980s, overdose deaths in the United States hovered around 2,500 each year. Today, that number has grown into a staggering figure. More than 110,000 lives lost annually. More than every soldier killed in both world wars combined. Yet no memorials rise for them, no parades honor their sacrifice. Their stories fade in quiet corners, in small houses where families sit at empty tables. The devastation is uneven. It is not the wealthy suburbs that suffer the most. It is the working-class neighborhoods, the towns already worn down by lost jobs and broken promises. Here, fentanyl and meth spread like fire in dry grass. Entire communities hollow out as addiction takes hold. Children grow up in silence, watching their parents disappear into the shadows of dependency. What makes it even more chilling is the invisibility. The front lines of this war are living rooms, kitchens, and bedrooms. There are no soldiers here, only victims. Yet with every overdose, the cartels win another victory. And with each victory, their empire expands further into American life. The cartels are not small groups hiding in the shadows anymore. They have grown into empires that stretch across borders and continents. Their money moves through banks and shell companies. Their influence reaches into politics, business, and even law enforcement. With every dollar they earn, they buy more protection, more silence, and more power. These groups build their networks like armies. They train fighters, arm them with military weapons, and guard their operations with private soldiers. In some regions, they are stronger than the local government. They build roads, run businesses, and control communities by fear and by force. To many people, the cartel is not just a criminal group, it is the law. Their trade is fueled by American demand. The United States consumes most of the world's opioids, making it the most profitable market on Earth. Billions flow south while drugs flow north. It is a cycle that grows heavier with each passing year. And behind every shipment, behind every deal, lies a simple truth. The cartels are no longer chasing money alone. They are chasing power. To move their product, the cartels have turned the oceans into secret highways. They no longer rely on simple tricks or hidden compartments. Instead, they use machines that look more like weapons of war than tools of crime. One of the most dangerous is the homemade submarine, built in the jungles with wood, fiberglass, and scraps of metal. These vessels can travel for hundreds of miles under the water. Each one carries tons of cocaine, enough to flood entire cities. Many are designed to sink themselves if discovered, leaving no evidence behind. On the surface, another threat races across the waves. The so-called go-fast boats can outrun nearly any patrol ship. Their sleek bodies hug the water so tightly they barely appear on radar. Some are painted to blend into the sea, looking like nothing more than shadows sliding across the horizon. The newest designs mix both ideas. Low-profile craft that are part boat, part submarine, almost invisible to the eye, to radar, and even to infrared scans. Each new vessel is a reminder that this war is fought not only on land, but in silence at sea. For years, the cartels were treated like gangs. Dangerous, yes, but still under the reach of police and courts. That view has now changed. The United States has begun calling them what they have truly become: terrorist organizations. This label is more than words. It allows the government to use tools once reserved for foreign enemies. It means the fight can be carried out with soldiers, drones, and intelligence networks, not just police raids. It marks a turning point where the cartels are no longer seen as criminals, but as threats to national security itself. To prepare for this shift, American special forces have trained alongside Mexico's elite naval units. Together, they practice missions that are designed not to arrest, but to dismantle. Their goal is to strike leaders, cut off money, and break entire networks. At the same time, surveillance drones circle above jungle camps and coastal routes, collecting data day and night. Every movement is mapped. Every route is traced. The message is clear. This is no longer a fight in the courtroom. It is a war. When the United States wanted to send a message, it chose one of its most secret weapons, the B-2 Spirit bomber, a machine built to enter hostile skies without being seen or heard. Its design is unlike any other plane. To radar, it looks smaller than a bird. To the human eye, it is only a shadow moving in the night. The B-2 can fly across oceans without refueling. It can carry thousands of pounds of bombs hidden inside its sleek frame. Each weapon is guided by satellites, able to strike a target with perfect accuracy. For drug cartels hiding deep in the jungle, there is no warning, no siren, no roar, only silence before destruction. This bomber was once meant for global war, designed to slip past enemy defenses and strike at the heart of a nation. Now, it is being turned against the cartels. Hidden drug labs, jungle command centers, secret bunkers, places once thought untouchable can now be erased in a single night. The Spirit proves that even in the darkest corners, nothing is truly safe. The Spirit may open the door, but it does not fight alone. Waiting on the decks of carriers are the FA-18 Super Hornets, the Navy's trusted strike fighters. They move fast, launch quickly, and strike with precision. When the bomber destroys command posts and radar sites, the Hornets follow close behind. Their mission is different. They target the networks that hold the cartels together: communication towers, relay stations, and transport hubs. Once these are gone, orders cannot be passed. Leaders are left blind, and groups on the ground lose all sense of direction. The Hornets carry smart bombs small enough to limit damage, yet powerful enough to take out critical targets. They strike in waves, each hit carefully timed to keep the enemy off balance. By the time survivors realize what has happened, the second wave has already begun. This combination, stealth in the dark sky and speed from the sea, creates a rhythm the cartels cannot match. Every strike reminds them that even the jungle offers no shield against the reach of American air power. The ocean has become one of the cartel's last frontiers, but even here, their power is being hunted down. Ships like the USS Cutter James patrol the waters for months at a time, turning patience into a weapon. Its crew has pulled in shipments worth hundreds of millions, catching vessels that thought the sea would keep them safe. Drones scan the horizon for hours, spotting shadows that radar misses. Helicopters race low over the waves, intercepting speedboats before they can disappear. Even when traffickers dump their loads into the water, small Navy teams recover the packages before they sink. Every patrol proves that the ocean no longer guarantees escape. But the seas are only one part of a larger plan. What makes the campaign so relentless is the unity behind it. American bombers strike high-value targets at night. Fighter jets break communication towers. Warships chase smugglers across the waves. And on the ground, Mexican Marines and American Special Forces work side by side, raiding hidden jungle labs and tracking supply routes no outsider could find alone. Together, these forces move like one machine. Each strike builds on the last, each mission feeding intelligence into the next. For the cartels, there is no single weakness to exploit, no clear path left open. Pressure comes from every angle: air, land, and sea. What once felt like safe ground is shrinking day by day. The empire they built on fear is being squeezed, not by one enemy, but by many working as one. The cartels are beginning to feel the weight of every strike. Shipments vanish, routes close, money drains away. Inside their ranks, trust weakens. Smugglers hesitate. Suppliers doubt the promises of leaders who can no longer guarantee safe passage. Fear spreads faster than orders, and entire crews scatter before a fight even begins. But while the empire cracks, another tension grows at the border. The United States pushes forward with military strength, determined to strike wherever the threat hides. Mexico, however, warns against actions taken without consent, calling them violations of sovereignty. This divide gives cartels room to breathe, slipping through the spaces left by disagreement. The battle is now fought on two fronts, one against traffickers, the other within fragile alliances. Every victory at sea or in the jungle risks stirring conflict between nations, and in that uneasy balance, the outcome of this war remains uncertain. The effect was not only physical, but psychological. The cartels had long believed they controlled the jungle. But when bombs fell without warning, and when the skies suddenly filled with precision firepower, that belief began to crumble. Men who once thought themselves untouchable now faced an enemy that appeared from nowhere and struck with overwhelming speed. Together, the stealth bomber and the carrier fighters formed a rhythm of attack. One opened the door in silence, the other rushed in with speed and force. It was a pattern designed to unsettle, to overwhelm, and to remind the cartels that every stronghold could become a target. Yet while the skies burned with precision, another battle was already unfolding on the water below.